in this video, I do want to talk about KDA, but before that, we're also going to be having a look at Bitcoin, because obviously it doesn't matter what kind of trade you put on, KDA, you're not going to make it if you don't really look at a whole as Bitcoin. Okay, so we could see right here, first of all, that the whole, in the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has been okay. Things have been a little bit shaky. Obviously, in the past week, we are seeing, a lot of green stuff. I mean, red stuff right here. Popcat, Tau, APT, Floki down 21%. Of course, in the last month, things have been pretty good. And of course, in the last year, things have been pretty fantastic too. If we have a look at top 100, 200, things have been looking as fantastic. I mean, if we have a look at Turbo 46x, PayPayCoin 11, 117x, sorry, MawCoin 30x, 5x or 6x on People, 32x on AIOZ, obviously a bunch of good things. If we have a look at top 200 cryptocurrencies or 200 or 300, we could see right here that we obviously have some meme coins pretty much making big moves, such as NPC, Corgi, ALF. Obviously ALF, guys, for those of you guys who don't know, pretty big, sitting on $1.90. But in this video, what I really want to talk about, guys, is we're going to be talking about KDA, but Bitcoin. Okay, and why Bitcoin? Bitcoin is currently king right now. If we have a look right now at the altcoin season index or the altcoin season chart right here, you guys can see that it's currently Bitcoin season. So in order for this to be an altcoin season, we're going to need to see this index being above pretty much 75. So anything below 25 on the RSI or on this index is pretty much going to be oversold, right? And it's pretty much going to be Bitcoin season. Everything that's above it, it's pretty much an altcoin season. If we're in the middle, we're seeing money flowing into Bitcoin and altcoins as well. Now, top 50 performance over the last 90 days, that's an altcoin season. If 75%, not all of them, of the top 50 coins perform better than Bitcoin over the last 90 days, it's an altcoin season. Now, of course, you have altcoin month right here, which is currently in the middle, and you have altcoin year. So even if we're in the middle right now, we're not really seeing, a lot of altcoins flowing, even though you could see right here, you have a lot of new cryptocurrencies such as HNT, TRX, and of course, Aave, and all these cryptocurrencies really making big moves, of course, on the top 50. But overall, guys, I mean, it's still not looking the best in my opinion. I think we still have a long way to go, especially on the altcoin season, altcoin year chart. We're going to have to see what happens. And if we have a look at Bitcoin right here, Bitcoin is not in a bear market. So first of all, there's a few indicators we're going to be having a look at. Number one is going to be the trend focus indicator along with the oscillator momentum. Number two, we're going to be having a look at these exponential moving average. Can Bitcoin break below or above the 4-hour exponential moving average right here? We could see that pretty much ever since we broke below on August 27th, we haven't been really, we haven't really broken below it or above it. And of course, right here, guys, I mean, every time we pretty much retest these EMA ribbons, we pretty much get rejected. We did have a nice little fake out right here for a few days, but overall, guys, I mean, nothing too crazy has been happening. And if we have a look at KDA right here, obviously KDA, the good positive news on KDA is this oversold region right here. So this is obviously fantastic. We didn't need to come back all the way down to 42 cents in order to reach that oversold. We were overbought right here, and guess what happened? KDA made a nice little move to 60 cents. Not the best move, okay? 40 cents to 60 cents. That's pretty okay. We did bottom at 36 cents. 67% pump. That's okay. That's way better than what Bitcoin did when it bottomed out, obviously. But obviously, considering that people bought at the all-time high at $30, it's still not the best. So let's have a look at Bitcoin real quick. So first of all, guys, on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin is still looking bullish, okay? You cannot say it's not. Bitcoin right here, you guys can see that we did have a nice little buy signal right here on June 19, 2023. Okay, so about a year and a couple months ago, we had that nice little buy signal, and pretty much ever since that buy signal on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin did go up 186%. Now, of course, that's on the weekly time frame. If we have a look at the oscillators right here, we were a little bit overbought, and we know historically every time we're pretty much overbought, we pretty much go down. So we did have a nice little sell signals right here on the oscillators. We actually had two. One was right here sitting at 70,000. The other one was right here sitting at 73,000. Okay, so we did have two bearish signals right here, obviously sell signals on the oscillators, and you guys can see these green dots are pretty accurate. I mean, we had a nice little buy signal, short-term buy signal for this, and guess what? Bitcoin did pretty much go up 40 or 50%, which is pretty freaking fantastic. Obviously, if we have a look at the daily time frame, guys, you could see the oscillators are going to be less accurate, as you guys can see right here, but there's still some money to be made, just not as much money. So we did have a sell signal right here. Bitcoin did go down 20%. So right now we're still in a short according to this sell signal right here, Bitcoin is still in a short right here. We did have a nice little buy signal. Bitcoin did go up 7%, nothing too crazy. We had another short signal right here. Bitcoin dropped 15%. If you guys are interested, by the way, in this algo, the link will be in the description below. You could get up to 30% off with my link. And you guys can see right here, when Bitcoin was overbought right here, we pretty much went to the upside. So how does this relate to KDA? Well, KDA is really confused. Altcoins are really confused. And the reason why is because when Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dumped 3 times as high. And unless it's an altcoin season, KDA and altcoins are not going to pump twice as much if Bitcoin goes up. So that's pretty much what's happening right here. If we have a look right here on the daily, obviously things are looking pretty good for Bitcoin. I mean, on the daily time frame, the stochastic RSI are pretty much bullish, as you guys can see, which is very, very good. Stochastic RSI are flipping to the upside. This could potentially be a bottom and a resistance, in my opinion. We're gonna have to see if Bitcoin, if this is just a dead cat bounce, or will Bitcoin pretty much continue and, you know, potentially, you know, retest this weekly, weekly frame right here. So like I said, guys, this is the weekly time frame on Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin finally break this downtrend right here that we have been for quite some time? We're gonna have to see. The fear or greed meter or index right now is currently sitting at 27. Yesterday it was 26, last week was 30, and last month was 26. So obviously nothing too crazy to see over here, guys. So if we have a look at KDA right here on CoinGecko, you guys can see right here the market cap sitting at $154 million. Not a small cap, not an ultra micro cap, but it's still not a big cap. Okay, so it's pretty small. $154 million of volume, guys. The volume is very, very disappointed. $6 million is not what you want to see from market cap, sitting at 155 million, currently ranked 300. I remember when KDA was in the top 100 at one point. We're gonna have to see what happens here. I think the tech is still here, and it's still here to shine. It's just a matter of time. How do you feel about KDA today? 67%. Let's give that a thumbs up. Anyways, a lot of people are talking about miners dumping. Well, whether that's true or not, it's actually better in the longer time frame. And the reason why is because it gives people and, you know, retail investors more opportunity to pretty much scoop those KDAs down. And when the bull market does come, or the altcoin season, sorry, because we are technically still in a bull market, but when the altcoin season does come, we're most likely going to see KDA really popping, especially if retail accumulate right now and let pretty much institutional investors pump it later on. Because if they're flowing millions and millions of dollars, it's going to be crazy, right? Because assuming we're throwing right now 200, 300, thousands, and I'm not talking about just about one person, I'm talking about multiple of thousands of people investing into KDA. When institution investors are going to come, it's most likely going to freaking explode. So that's what's happening right here. Market cap is it's not high, but the volume I would like to be 30-40 million dollars, considering, guys, that it's listed on KuCoin, Binance, Gate.io, OKX, BitGet, Bybit, MEXC. It's listed on all these high-end exchanges, yet they can't really crack 7-8 million daily worth of volume, which is quite disappointing. And like I said, guys, I'm not really here to FUD, but as you guys can see right here, ever since 2002, the volume has pretty much been non-existent. Not a lot of people have been exchanging it, and I have my reasons for that. The reason why is because we need adoption. So obviously, I know this is a KDA video, but if we have a look at Tron, for example, the volume did skyrocket, over 10x in the past couple of weeks. Why? Because of Tron meme coins. So remember how I told you guys about KDA? It needs something like Solana, it needs adoption, it needs hype. We need to see KDA on Dextool. If there's no KDA on Dextool, if there's not something easy that developers can use, KDA is not going to have a bright future. Now, whether that's adopting to, meme coins or whatnot, we need to see money flowing into KDA. How is TRX pumping? People are buying Tron to pretty much buy Suncat. How is Popcat running? People are buying Solana to buy this. How is WIF pumping? Why Solana pumping? People are buying WIF to buy that. And you need Solana essentially. And with pretty much Tron, if you want to get into all these high altcoins, you need to get in early. You need to buy Tron. Same thing with Kadena. No one is going to go through KD swap if no one knows about it. How are people finding out how to buy Tron tokens? Well, they're pretty much going on SunSwap through Dextool. Anyways, having a look right here at KDA. KDA overall, guys, if we have a look at it in a technical aspect, it's looking pretty darn good. We are oversold right here, as you guys can see on the daily time frame, which is pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, the last time we were oversold, KDA pretty much took a nice little room, and of course the last time we were oversold right here, KDA did pretty much explode from 42 cents to 67 cents. Now, the big question is, will KDA, is this just another dead cat bounce like we saw right here, or is this going to be a legit breakout? So that's obviously the main thing that we're pretty much going to talk about. But the good positive thing, guys, is that the last time we were oversold right here, KDA was at 43 cents. And when we were oversold right here, KDA was again at 43 cents. Now we're oversold one more time, and KDA is sitting at 53 cents. So you could expect a bigger run. It looks like KDA does have more strength and power to run right now. Only time will tell, and of course only Bitcoin will tell. So that's pretty much what's happening. If we have a look on the weekly time frame, KDA is looking at a very important region on the support line. Now obviously in the weekly time frame, KDA is not looking good because we are nearing that overbought region. And guess what happened when KDA was overbought last time? Obviously, okay, it wasn't actually that bad, but we did see a nice little correction from $1.67 to 97 cents. So it was actually pretty darn bad in my opinion. Okay, sorry about that. It was actually pretty darn bad. I mean, we did see a correction at 40%. And right now we're obviously nearing that overbought region again on the stochastic RSI. So the big question is, how high can KDA go before potentially falling 40% again, which would bring us back to square one, sitting at 42 cents. So that's pretty much what's been happening. I think we're going to need to see bigger candles on KDA. We can't see little candles in my opinion. Like, we need to see big, like this candle right here. We need to see multiple wicks like this. We can't just see small candles like that, because then the RSI becomes oversold. I mean, overbought. People get exhausted, buyers get exhausted. They see all these technical indicators and they're like, you know what, I'm out. I'm just going to short this, and boom, it goes on. If we have a look at some of the trend lines right here, obviously KDA is okay. It's looking all right. I mean, I would like to see a nice little clean breakout out of here, in my opinion, in order to be bullish. As of right now, I'm pretty neutral. Nothing too crazy, in my opinion. We're going to have to see what happens in the week to come and in the next 4 days and 8 hours to see if KDA will potentially close below or above this nice little resistance. Last thing but not least, guys, something that I really do want to talk about is the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance right now on the weekly time frame has pretty much been exploding, okay, on the monthly time frame as well. I mean, this thing, guys, it's pretty much going parabolic. The Bitcoin dominance is going very, very, very high. I mean, if we have a look right here at the Bitcoin dominance, it's only going up. This thing is in a straight line. And guess what? The stochastic RSI does not care about overbought or oversold on the on Bitcoin, because it's not really an asset. Bitcoin dominance, it's like a percentage, how much money is flowing into Bitcoin, how much is into altcoin. And you can see right now a lot of money is flowing into into Bitcoin. So unless we come down below, all the way below 40%, I really am not seeing an altcoin season. I really would like to see Bitcoin come back and retest this level, but it seems like people are giving up on altcoins. They think altcoins really don't have any value anymore, unless it's of course Ethereum, Solana, and Tron. Even crypto like XRP, Cardano, all these cryptos still have not made a comeback, guys. I mean, keep in mind, these cryptos reached $2, $2.50, and they have not really made a comeback. I mean, if we have a look right here at AVAX 135 sitting at $22, Uniswap as well. I mean, look at this, $46 sitting at $6. Polkadot, a lot of people thought Polkadot was gonna go crazy, and still isn't able to make a crazy comeback. So we're gonna have to see overall what happens to all these altcoins, and if pretty much KDA is able to go up, because right now we are sitting in all-time low. And of course, on the ultra long term, I'm talking about multiple years, we could see right here that KDA is looking okay on the daily time frame, on the monthly time frame, sorry, and we could potentially see a big swing to the upside. So that is my video. I'm sorry for talking too much, guys. I hope you guys stick till the end. If you guys do like this video, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, leave a like, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.